Okay, sorry about that. My camera was in a hot temperature zone. I'm gonna try to walk in a shaded area here, so I'm just gonna kind of start over with this thought here. So we're talking about the connection between health, stress, and critical thinking. Health, stress, and critical thinking. What we're seeing going on in the world right now with all the malarkey, all the deception, the disinformation, misinformation, all the addiction to social media, all the different things that are happening where people literally, they just can't think straight. When you see the behavior of people and what's going on and what they're arguing about, it's unbelievable to me. But luckily I have such a deep knowledge in physiology, biology, neurology, nutrition, and psychology, in many other different arenas, that I do feel that I understand what's kind of going on a core level. People are really scattered. They can't think straight. Their nutrition is abysmal, most likely. Most of the people out there making a ruckus about God knows what, they don't have solid nutrition protocols. They have gut-brain axis issues. The biological feedback system of the gut to the brain is completely corrupted through leaky gut syndrome, candida, SIBO, whatever's going on, right? All of the things that people deal with on a daily basis. And then you layer that on top of all the stress that's going on for people, all the mental, psychic, emotional, spiritual, existential stress that's been layered, literally trauma that's been layered on top of the collective. It's no wonder people are confused. And so people are seeking certainty by grabbing onto articles and videos and different strands of information, scrolling on social media, going on YouTube University endlessly, and yet nothing positive is really happening for most people. And the reason for that is because you're not going to get the answers that way. You're not going to get the answers you need. It's good to be informed, but that's a bit of a rabbit hole and a trap if you stick with it too long. What we need to do is we need to focus on our health. Our health is fundamental. Our health is primary, and nothing should get in the way of our health and our bio-optimization, our biological optimization. One of the reasons people can't think critically is because there's a lot of reasons, parasites, candida, etc. Again, gut microbiome issues, but they're biologically not able to adapt to stress, right? There's different forms of stress. There is hormetic stress, or a process known as hormesis, which is the process where certain types of stress, like when you work out, for example, you're working out, you're going past your threshold, or you're thinking through a problem and you're pushing through it, you induce a certain amount of stress that creates a biological epigenetic evolution, and that's actually positive. That's actually anti-aging. That's actually good for you. But most people are enduring chronic stress, psychic stress, inflammatory stress, digestive stress, hormonal stress, and this is actually crippling their health, and it's crippling their ability to think clearly, because when you are under heavy amounts of stress, you're not able to process the stress, but you're trying to process information. You're trying to process information all day long, and you're scrolling all day long. You're just adding insult to injury, and you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, so to speak, and you're burning through your immune system reserves. You're burning through nutrients and vitamins that you need, like vitamin B12 and B vitamins, for example. Your mental acuity and clarity goes down. Your mineral, depending on if people even have minerals in their body to begin with, that's a whole other story. But you're basically burning through your reserves, and you're not able to process information. The more information you're taking in, it just becomes an endless loop. You can see where this goes very quickly. So the conversation we need to have is actually about health. It's actually about how to maintain biological optimization. That's what I want to talk to you about right here. I want to share a few resources for advancing your biological optimization, for advancing your health and your nutrition protocols, because if you don't have that dialed in, it really doesn't matter. Like, so for example, I'm out here at the park, I'm getting nature and I'm getting connected to the Schumann resonance, the rhythmic connection, the rhythmia of nature, and I'm also getting vitamin D, right? That's so critical. That's so critical. It's everything right now. It's everything right now. We need to be connected to nature. The more disconnected from nature we are, the more disconnected we are going to be to ourselves, and the more disconnected our ability to think clearly is going to be. If you're constantly in some domesticated situation and you're living inside a box and driving inside a box and eating inside a box, you live in a box in reality, and you think you can think clearly, you think your perceptions are accurate, but they're not. They're manufactured, they're artificial, they're like transhuman or something. So what we need to do is get back to nature so we can think clearly as functional human beings. I see a lot of dysfunctional beings. I see a lot of dysfunctional transhuman beings in the world right now, arguing over everything and getting nowhere. Literally getting nowhere. And that's what we need to talk about. So I want to share a few resources with you to help you optimize your biology, your immune system, your endocrine system that produces all your hormones, your brain, your nervous system. There's very simple and effective ways to do this. There's a few companies that I work with that I love and support that can really help you with this. And I don't really make a ton of money on any of this. I just want to share some resources with you, and you can do whatever you want with it. Two companies in particular. There is one called Now Alchemy. That's www.nowalchemy.com. I have a coupon code, Human Potential. You can use that for a little discount. But Now Alchemy is a very cool nutraceutical, superfood, and herbal product company. And a really good friend of mine, a really good brother of mine, his name's Archer Love. He owns the company. I've known him for about 9 years. He's a total alchemist and herbal formulator. And they really serve in a very specific way. They work with certain products called Ormus products, Ormus minerals. And these are very unique types of minerals that don't fit on the periodic chart of the table of the elements, the Mendelev's table of the elements. They're very unique. And there's a lot of other cool products on the website. You can go there. I don't want to take too much time to make this like an infomercial. I just want to provide a resource. Shilajit, for example, they work with CBD, they work with C60 as a charcoal compound, which is one of the most incredible detoxification compounds that's been studied by science. What else is there? Algae-based omega-3s for brain health, for nervous system health, medicinal mushrooms, and things of that nature. So again, that website is nowalchemy.com, nowalchemy.com. Use the code Human Potential. Check it out. I'm happy to answer any questions or whatever, but I just want to share that resource right there. Now Alchemy is great. And really why I'm sharing that is because we need to mineralize ourselves. We need to get minerals back into this body because your brain functions on minerals. The enzyme reactions in your body function on minerals. They're catalysts. All the vitamins, like vitamin C, for example, they function in response to minerals. Vitamin means vitamineral. So just taking vitamin C or some other B vitamins, those are great, but that's not the whole picture. You have to be mineralized. You have to get all the minerals in your body in order to function optimally, in order to think. And that's really what this is all about. Are you able to think right now? Where has the critical thinking gone? Well, it's not going anywhere if we don't have the right nutrition, we don't have the right health. That's square one. There's another great company, which is a company I've worked with for about 3 years. It's a company called Purium. Purium Superfoods. It's a superfood transformational company. We do 30-day ultimate nutrition programs, cleanses, detoxification programs, and rebuilding programs. And it's specifically a program that focuses on rebuilding the gut microbiome. So rebuilding the microvilli in the small intestine that actually allow you to absorb all the nutrients that you're getting from your food. If you have glyphosate toxicity, which is a genetically modified herbicide in Monsanto's Roundup Ready, it's in 75% or probably more of the food supply, definitely all conventional food. this is a big problem because this is breaking down and causing leaky gut syndrome, among other things. Very important to know about. We have a product called the Biomedic, which we put in our 30-day ultimate transformation program that detoxes glyphosate, that rebuilds the small intestine, well, the microvilli in the small intestine, that increases absorption of your nutrients. Amino acids, critical. You have to get in all of the necessary amino acids. Whether that's going to be from plant or animal, that's up to you, but you have to get it in. Otherwise, your brain will not function properly. You're not going to get the serotonin or dopamine. That is critical. That is, and you have to do that. You have to get that in whatever way you can. And this program actually makes it really easy because, you know, it's like almost hard to even communicate this sometimes because I have to do an entire education on it. But really, the 30-day ultimate nutrition program just covers the full bases. So repairing the gut microbiome so you can think clearly, you can get the serotonin and dopamine production from the gut. Most of your serotonin is produced in your gut. The dopamine tends to be produced in the adrenal glands. So if you're adrenally fatigued, adrenally exhausted from taking in all this information, right, being stressed out, then you're not going to have dopamine, and you have more of a chance of being in addictive tendencies, pleasure reward syndrome. You have more of a tendency to get into addictive patterns if you're adrenally fatigued. It's a vicious cycle, right? Compulsive addictions. All this stuff is showing up. All this is coming up. So what I'm talking about here is you got to optimize your biology. You got to optimize your nutritional systems. That's what we have to do. And that should be the focus, the primary focus. So anyways, if you're interested in those things, especially the Purium, reach out to me personally. Again, Now Alchemy is nowalchemy.com. And then Purium is isharepurium.com. But reach out to me personally because I can create a customized program for you if that's something you're interested in. So just send me a private message or whatever. But anyways, I'm going to complete this message here. We need critical thinking. We need critical thinking. We need thinking, first of all. We need people to actually think about what's going on, right? We need to understand on some kind of basic level what is going on here over the last 4 months and where is this taking us, right? But if we have health problems, we have digestive problems, we have hormonal problems, we have stress adaptation problems, then we won't have the energy to think. And you're more likely to go into places of fear. You're more likely to go into places of doubt and worry and all that kind of stuff. And it's not good. It's not a good thing. I see people just everywhere, whether it's with the masks or it's just shaming people on the internet and all this stuff. It's not going to get us anywhere. And all those people, honestly, they need to actually get healthy first. They need to stop trying to point fingers at the government and all this other stuff. You got to get healthy first. Take your health back. That's the rebellion. That's the rebellion here. You want to be a rebel? You want to be an avatar? You want to be a change agent? Then stop pointing fingers and start focusing on your own involution. And start taking care of yourself. Get the rest and recovery, the sleep you need. Get into nature. Dial in your nutritional protocols. Invest in yourself. That's the revolution. That's the rebellion. That is the thing that the quote-unquote they don't want you to know about. That they don't want you to do. They want you to be so distracted and distraught that you don't do anything. And we fight amongst ourselves. Conquer, divide, and conquer. And the only people that really get into that behavior are unhealthy people, right? Unhappy people. So what I'm saying is, be happy, be healthy, be energetic, be alive. That's what I'm saying. And there's ways to do that and optimize your nutrition, optimize your sleep cycles, optimize your nature rhythmic connection. Critical. If we don't get connected to nature now, we're in trouble. We're absolutely in trouble. And nutrition helps us connect to nature, right? So these things are all feedbacks. All right, guys, that's it. That's it for me. I'm going to dial out here. Hope this was helpful. Critical thinking is a byproduct of critical health. So if you can't think critically, you have brain fog, you're overwhelmed, stressed, then stop focusing on the crisis and start focusing on how to dial in your health protocols and your morning practices, your sleep rituals, nutrition. Some of the, maybe the supplements that I shared with you, the companies I shared with you might be of help and use. That's really where it's at. All right, everyone, have a beautiful day.